The Red Sox are getting ready to take on the New York Yankees in a series that could determine home field advantage for the American League wild card. And we are going to have wall-to-wall coverage over this weekend. So what I need every single one of you to do, if you've not done it already, is one, subscribe to the video. That's pretty obvious. You're not going to want to miss all the content that we put out. But also, hit the notification bell. If you hit subscribe and then you hit the bell, turn that notification bell to all. What that does is whenever I post a video, whether it be a short, whether it be a full-length video, you will get a notification instantly. And I promise you, this weekend we are going to be posting a bunch of content around this series. So join the Noti Gang today. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Welcome back into another edition of the Red Sox Rundown. I am your host, Jack, and today I wanted to do something different. I wanted to give you my 5 keys to victory for the Red Sox against the New York Yankees this weekend. As the standings currently stand, and this is as of 9:55 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. I also want to make sure most of the games have gone final. They have. As it currently stands, you are tied with the New York Yankees for the top spot in the American League wild card. And I believe genuinely that this series this weekend, this 3-game series at Fenway against the Yankees, could very well determine who finishes the season with home field advantage in the American League in the wild card. Now, Jack, why is this important? Because the wild card round consists of, at the very most, 3 games. And all 3 of those games are played in one singular location. It is not like a series where you go back and forth between one stadium and another. Whoever gets home field advantage, you play all the games of the wild card round at that home stadium. So safe to say the Red Sox want to play at Fenway because they have a home record of 44-28, which is much better than their road record of 37-38. So this is crucial, guys, that the Red Sox make a bit of a gap with the Yankees in the wild card. Now, the Red Sox do hold the hypothetical tiebreaker because they won the season series. But you don't want to have to use the tiebreaker. You want to outright beat the Yankees for home field advantage in the American League. So I have 5 things I think the Red Sox should do to take down the Yankees, and then we'll also talk about the game against the Athletics. Not a lot to say there, but we'll talk about it as we usually do. The first thing, number 1, clean first innings. I think this one's obvious. That's why I made it number 1. You need clean first innings out of your starting pitchers. You've got who we would all think are your core 3, top 3 starters in this series, Giolito, Bello, and Crochet. I think I speak for every single Red Sox fan when I say, for the love of God, start these games clean. The Red Sox have had issues at points this year with first inning ERAs for their starters. And you don't want to be playing on your back foot. You know, the Red Sox hit second in innings because they're going to be home at Fenway. So if the Yankees go up 1, 2, 3 runs in the first inning, you already have to climb a mountain to get back to tied. So you need to have the cleanest first innings that you can possibly imagine if you are Alex Cora and the Boston Red Sox. Thankfully, you've got, again, who I would consider your 3 best starters starting this weekend, but they've all had their difficulties in the first inning. So the number 1 thing that the Red Sox need to do is have clean first innings from their starting pitchers. Go down below in the comments and let me know. Name the most important member of the Boston Red Sox in this series. I'm actually probably going to say Garrett Crochet, because I think he's slated to start the Sunday game on Sunday Night Baseball. And at that point, that could be the difference between winning and losing the series. You need Crochet, who you traded for and paid to be your ace to go out and absolutely dominate at home at Fenway Park against New York Yankees. I'm going to say Garrett Crochet, but you let me know. Name the player that you think is the most important member of the Red Sox in this series. Number 2 goes hand in hand with number 1. Not only do you need clean first innings from your starting pitchers, you also need to strike first. The Red Sox, their record is much better when they score first than it is when they score second. And I think that's probably the same for every single team in Major League Baseball. But being at Fenway gives them an advantage because they know that park better than anyone. They need to jump out on top quick. When the Red Sox are scoring in bunches to start a game, your starting pitcher can settle in. They can afford to make a mistake or two and still be comfortable. If you're giving up runs in the top of the first, if the starters are not contributing the way they should, and then you are unable to score until later in the game, then your starter is at such a disadvantage, and your team in general is at such a disadvantage. So the Red Sox absolutely need to be the ones that strike first. They need to put the pressure on the Yankees. The Yankees are not good under pressure. When they go down, it's very hard for them to rebound, especially on the road in a hostile environment. So I think that these first two go hand in hand. Shut them down in the first inning and strike first so that all the pressure is on them to come back from the deficit. Get to their bullpen. That is number 3 on my list. The Yankees' super pen is not very super. It seems like every night when I see the people I follow on Yankee Twitter, they are always in shambles over some reliever blowing the game for them. And so if you can lead long at bats, stringing out innings, and getting their starting pitchers out of the game quickly, that is very, very good news. And if we look at the starters for this series, they're all TBD right now for the Yankees, but I would assume there is some sort of Max Fried element in this because I don't think, if I'm looking correct, I don't think Max Fried started against the Tigers. So I would assume you see the top of their rotation as well. Get out of their rotation quickly and get to their bullpen because their bullpen, more likely than not, will crumble in some way, shape, or form. So if you are behind by a run or so, if you can at least get the starting pitcher out of the game, you've got a chance. And that is all you can ask for when you're playing the Yankees at home. What's your confidence level in this Red Sox lineup? Scale it on a scale of 1 to 10. I think it's tough because I think for me it depends on the combination of the lineup. There are some combos that Cora does that I'm like, this is a minor league lineup that looks horrible. But then there are other combos like 2 nights ago where I'm like, I really like this lineup composition. So I'm going to say a 6, maybe a 7. I think being at home at Fenway helps them quite a bit. But you let me know, scale of 1 to 10, what is your confidence in the Red Sox lineup this weekend against the New York Yankees? Take advantage of mistakes. And I think this is something the Red Sox have done well as of late. They specifically did it well against Sacramento this past week. Take advantage of mistakes. We talked about this kind of goes hand in hand with getting to the bullpen. The Yankees late in games make a lot of mistakes. Their bullpen is not the best. Their defense is not the best either. You've got Anthony Volpe playing shortstop in some games, and he's bad. And Yankee fans will say that. They do not like Anthony Volpe. When they make mistakes, you have to take advantage. This is going to be a playoff atmosphere. This really is like a series of the playoffs because you're playing for prime position in the playoffs. So when the Yankees make mistakes, you have to take advantage. And you can bet your bottom dollar they will. And at some point in the game, make a mistake that the Red Sox need to absolutely jump on. If they can do that, they are going to set themselves up very, very nicely to win the games. And my 5th and final comment, and this kind of goes hand in hand with number 4, but I'm just going to flip it. Don't be stupid. We've seen the Red Sox so many times this year, and yeah, it was more in the first half of the season at the beginning when they were finding their footing, but there's still plenty of instances of this, in the last few months in the second half of the season, where the Red Sox play stupid baseball. They make stupid errors. They swing at pitches way far out of the zone. The pitchers leave hanging breaking balls right over the middle of the plate. Like I just mentioned with taking advantage of mistakes, this is going to be a playoff environment at Fenway this weekend. This is going to be the most pivotal series you play the rest of the season, in my opinion, unless you get to the Toronto series and you're within striking distance of the division. I don't think that's going to happen, but if it does, that series is very important as well. But for playoff seeding as a whole, this series this weekend is by far the most important series you're going to play the rest of the year. Don't be stupid. Don't let the lights be too bright. You have to execute. Do not make errors. Do not miss your spots when you're pitching. Do not swing at pitches out of the zone. Smart, fundamental baseball is going to get you far. Because like I said, the Yankees make mistakes, and you have to take advantage of those mistakes. You cannot be stupid. For the love of God, play clean baseball. Prediction time. Do the Red Sox win home field advantage in the American League wild card when the season is said and done? I'm not saying they're going to win home field advantage if they sweep this series against the Yankees. They put themselves in a very advantageous position, but that's not going to be locked up until the last few days of the year. And when you play the Blue Jays and Tigers back-to-back to end the season, anything can happen. So you let me know, though. Predict. Do you think the Red Sox end up with home field advantage in the playoffs this year? Type Y for yes if you think they do. Type N for no if you think they do not. I think it's too early to tell, but I want you to predict it down below in the comments section. And like I've already mentioned, we're going to have coverage, wall-to-wall coverage all weekend long. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you've not already. Join one of the fastest growing Red Sox channels on all of YouTube. We're trying to grow the community here at the Red Sox Rundown, and I really do appreciate you guys watching. This is a passion project of mine that I set out to do at Chat Sports for 4 years now. My 5-year anniversary is in April of next year, and for the first 4 years that I've been at Chat Sports, I've been pushing for just baseball coverage in general. And the fact that I get to cover my favorite team, the Boston Red Sox, is very special. We've been doing this all season. I have recapped every single game so far, and that is my commitment to you as a diehard Red Sox fan. So hit that subscribe button. I promise you're going to love the content you get. Don't miss out. Join the family today. All right, let's talk about the game here real quick. I'm going to run through it. You lose. This is a game where it's like it kind of is what it is. You lose 5-4. My biggest takeaway from this is Peyton Tolley and Aroldis Chapman are human. They just are. They're going to make mistakes. They're not going to be perfect, and that's okay. I saw a lot of tweets yesterday of like, oh my gosh, Aroldis Chapman is ass now, and Peyton Tolley's horrible, and Peyton Tolley should be demoted down to AAA because he's so bad. Guys, take a deep breath. Aroldis Chapman hadn't given up a hit since the end of July. Peyton Tolley, it's his third start ever. It's his first time starting on short rest, and he was in limited innings, and he hasn't completely refined his arsenal. Like, take a deep breath, folks. Like, holy overreaction Monday. Like, Peyton Tolley, we know what he is. He's got a dominant, overwhelming fastball. But these are also major league hitters that do their homework. If the Athletics are hunting fastball, more likely than not, Tolley's going to throw them a fastball. So why are we shocked that in 2 innings of work, he has 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 Ks, 2 of those hits are home runs? Like, why are we shocked by that? I'm not shocked by that. One of them is from Nick Kurtz, who's probably going to win AL Rookie of the Year. Like, relax, everybody. It's his 3rd start in the majors. Like, it's going to be okay. He's not ass after 3 starts. Everyone relax. It's going to be okay. And then Chapman, gives up the walk-off in the 9th. He's had the best season of his career. 1 bad outing's not going to tank that. So, please, for the love of God, everyone relax. Honestly, Justin Slayton is the one we should be worried about. He gives up 2 runs in, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, in the 5th. He gives up 2 runs. He only gets 1 out. He can't even get out of the inning. He hasn't been good since he's gotten back from injury. That's who we should be concerned about. But again, I also give Justin Slayton the benefit of the doubt because for a majority of the season, he's been one of your best relievers on the entire team. So, you got to give some of these guys benefits of the doubt. People aren't going to be perfect. Things are going to happen. It's okay. Everyone just relax. That's my biggest takeaway from this game. Offensively, you didn't do much either. 9 hits, 3 walks, 7 Ks. I mean, that's okay, but you didn't do a lot. Nate Eaton's the only player with a multi-hit game. He goes 2 for 3. Duran has an RBI. Story has an RBI. Eaton has one of the RBIs. Rob Refsnyder has an RBI as well. You just didn't win. And like I've said over the last few days, the Athletics have a scrappy, intriguing, interesting, exciting young lineup. They scored some runs today. It's okay. It was a bullpen game. What are you going to do? It's not the end of the world. I will say, though, I will make note, Kyle Harrison made his Red Sox debut, and he looked phenomenal. 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 Ks, no runs. He looked really good. He got out of a jam at one point. Like, that's great to see. It's great to see that Kyle Harrison came out and pitched well. That was really, really awesome to see. But my biggest thing I'm going to say here is please stop overreacting over one game. It's going to be okay. I saw a lot of takes yesterday that I'm like, this is kind of ridiculous. These players are human. They're not going to be perfect. So let's relax and pump the brakes. It will be okay. We got to focus on this series against New York. Losing 1 to Sacramento, the Athletics, is not the end of the world. This is where I'm going to leave you, okay? Final question. Predict the Red Sox record versus the Yankees. I think they win 2 out of 3. I do. I legitimately believe that. I think they win the Crochet game for sure on Sunday. And then I think I would say probably the Bello game. Giolito struggled a little bit as of late. So I'm going to say the Bello game and the Crochet game. But you let me know. Predict the Red Sox record against the Yankees. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's where I'm going to leave you all today. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. Got a spicy video tomorrow on some free agency rumors. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that's it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And until next time, go Sox.